Hi, Rogersville. Welcome to K-ROG TV, live in Rogersville, Missouri. We're glad to have you. My name's Louis Michael. I'm going to be your host for just a little while here, and I'm sitting with one of the candidates for Alderman, Mr. Victor Oseni. Now, most of us have seen the signs and have tried to figure out how to pronounce the name, but now I know Oseni. It's very easy.
There you go. Very easy.
Very easy. Glad to know you and pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
About a week ago, K-ROG started putting together this event, hoping to get the candidates together to visit and contribute to some questions that we had. And we tried to coordinate schedules and get everything pieced together the way we could. And as of Monday, we had scheduled tonight as the night to do this, and both candidates were informed. Both received 6 questions yesterday at noon, and Victor is here tonight with us. And we did receive a statement from Jack Cole a little bit before 5 o'clock this evening. And I will read that for you, and it states, "To the citizens of Ward 1 in the city of Rogersville, I apologize for not being available this evening, but due to a previous commitment, I am unable to attend. If you have questions for me, please feel free to reach out to me. I am glad to answer any questions. Sincerely, Jack Cole." So with that being said, we do want to welcome Victor. We're glad you're here tonight. As you know, we've got an election coming up April 6th, and this is going to be an election for the seat of Alderman, which is Mr. Cole and Mr. Oseni. I'm going to get that right, I promise.
I'm sure you will.
And we've also got another proposition on there. It's Proposition A. And that is a matter of taxes. So be sure to go on the Rogersville website. Even the state website has information about Proposition A, and kind of boil it down. It's kind of a tax to the vendors that are outside of our area that send goods into our area. And it kind of levels the playing field, I think, a little bit for the tax base.
Sure.
But we're going to get to the questions, if that's all right with you guys. Be sure to type in your questions. If you have anything that you would like to ask Victor, please feel free to type those in. We've got a couple of gentlemen here monitoring those questions, and they're going to relay those to us. Mr. Will Worsham and John Pope are here today to help. And so we might as well get down to business and start getting the questions asked.
Let's do it.
All right. Number 1, you've got a minute to answer these, so you think you can do that?
I'll try.
You've been a good sport so far, so let's give it a shot. Number 1, please introduce yourself in 1 minute.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for having me here. It truly is an honor. Well, my name is Victor Oseni, and I'm about 6'1", 169 pounds, blonde hair, green eyes, happily married to my beautiful wife, Tatiana. Lived in Rogersville for 13 years, proud father of 2 kids, and now I'm running for the board of Alderman.
Very nice. And I've met your wife. She's in the banking industry, correct?
She is.
Okay.
She's a loan officer, yes.
Very nice. Second question we have for you is, why are you running for the board of Alderman seat in the Ward 1? What's your goal here?
You know, I ask myself that question almost every day. And the answer is really simple to me. I think we have one of the best schools in our area, yet we don't have a community center. We don't have parks that we can be proud of. Our kids have no choice but to skateboard on the streets. They just have nowhere to go. So I ask myself this question: why not build a community center? Why not improve our parks? So I'm gonna use my God-given talent, and that is building better community.
Excellent. Very nice answer. Number 3, what challenges do you see Rogersville facing in the community over the next 5 years?
We're starting to experience tremendous growth in our city.
Yeah.
And one of the challenges I see is going to be to make sure we have enough police force. We have to keep up with our infrastructure. We have to be up to date, and we have to be very, very proactive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anything else that you see beyond the, say 5 years from now, how do you see Rogersville in your vision? How would it look?
Well, it all depends what kind of goals we're going to set for ourselves. And if we're going to have a vision and we're going to thrive for that goal, then we'll be able to achieve it.
Very nice. So what would be your number 1 priority if you are elected to that seat of Alderman?
Well, it's not a secret that our current board is really divided. So my number 1 goal would be to unite the board.
Sure.
I would remind them why we get elected there in the first place. I would try to bring the board together, try to get them on the same page, make sure we have a same vision. Together we can make a lot of difference. We can set goals and we can achieve them. but we need to have a vision.
And what would that vision be for you? How do you see that?
Simple, bigger, better, stronger. I think we can have a new city hall building. I think we need more restaurants. Why not have a community center with Olympic size pool? Why not build a skateboard park? Why not improve our parks where kids have places to go, things to do? And that's my vision.
I would love to see a breakfast restaurant myself.
I would like to see one that as well.
All right. How long have you called Rogersville home, and why do you call Rogersville home?
We moved here in 2008, and I just fell in love with the community, fell in love with people. I started investing in the city of Rogersville. I built here, my kids go to school here, my business is here, and I think Rogersville has a beautiful future. And I believe in Rogersville. I think we'll succeed.
That's great. We appreciate those answers. Let's check with Will real quick and see if we have any online questions yet. Be sure to ask those questions. Ask as many as you like. We're going to stay here as long as we can to answer anything we can. So, Will, take it away.
Yeah, Emily Snow has a question. She says, I'd like to know his plans for our police department.
I think our city hall needs to be moved into a new building. And I would take that station where they're at right now and just to build it bigger. And we need to encourage our police officers where they're not quitting on us, but actually everybody's excited to work in the city of Rogersville. That's my goal for the police.
Do you think something along the lines of higher wages or benefits, or what do you see as a need for the police department right now?
When we're going to start growing as a bigger, better community, people will talk about Rogersville. We're going to be recognized as one of the better cities in our area. And people just would want to be here. And I think police officers, yes, they could always use a raise.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Will?
Joe Creason asks, what steps would you take to increase transparency and communication with residents within the city government?
That's a great question.
That is a really good question. And I see that's one of the problems we have right now with our administration, where there's no transparency. And I think transparency is a really big thing, where city administrators and the people, the citizens, they're on the same page, where we have a lot of public going toward the board of the Alderman meetings. And if they have any input, we as the city administrator would love to hear them.
I think what Joe may be asking, it seems like a lot of times that there's a lot of things that just aren't known by the community until months later. And sometimes it seems like it's not covered up is the wrong word, but it's just not open or out in the public. So do you think you would be more open to sharing information as it happens?
Absolutely, and I think one of the reasons it's happening right now is because we have divided board. But as soon as we come together, we're going to be united together. We're going to be more transparent.
Okay, great. Yeah, Will.
Joe has a follow-up question, I think, to one of the answers of your regular questions. How do you anticipate funding the things that you mentioned in your vision?
Very good question. Budgeting is really good, and I think it's really important, especially in my business. I think right now I see a lot of misused funds, and I would make sure that every dollar is counted and no dollar goes to waste.
Do you want to expound on that as far as where you see funds being misused, possibly?
Sure, I didn't want to go into really details.
That's okay. I think people might want to know that.
But hey, let's just to give you a quick example. We had one of the employees who recently was just fired in the Public Works Department. He had 6 write-ups, and he was fired for sexual harassment. And then a few months later, it was discussed to give him a severance pay. Well, is that using the right way taxpayers' money? I don't think so.
Okay, great. Anything else, Will? All right, we don't see any other questions popping on the screen there right now, so we're going to go ahead and close this out for this evening. Victor, thank you very much for coming by and visiting with us.
My pleasure, anytime.
Yeah, we're very grateful for your time. You were very gracious with it, and good luck to you in your race.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you guys at the ballot box on April 6th. Make sure you go out and vote. Every vote counts, and we'd love to see you out there. So for K-ROG TV, we'd like to sign out and say good night. God bless, and choose to live.
Vote Victor.